Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. We're headed to the cabin. I did not have a topic today until just a little while ago, and now I have a little bit of a topic. You know, so I get called out all the time on all kinds of platforms, but rarely do I get called out by a friend, and since that was the case, I figured I had to respond. But we do have quite a few awesome sales, a ton. I think I have 26 things. I might do 22 of them today, but I think we have 26 things headed out of here for just over $1,000. And look, pups, I knew you were coming today. It's such a beautiful day. You've been outside all day. I got your treats out and ready for you. Oh, no, you got to sit. He's sitting. Some people don't like the dogs on the show. Some people love the dogs on the show, so we just keep them on for a little bit. You can chomp that down. I'll go pick some items. I randomly found some Weebles the other day that I did not know I had. They were in a bin of small toys, and I don't know how I screwed that up, because Weebles are something I love to list. Let's see here. Billy, Mickey Mouse Club. We got Pluto and the W Weeble guy. That sold for, I think we listed it for $14.95, sent a 5% off offer. Dogs are making noise, $14.20 plus shipping. That's something I've talked about a little bit lately, and that is pricing. When I talk about, because my wife and I do the listings, and we select the prices and all that. And I like to price right at the market, unless I have something that's like flawless. See, there's a few little issues here on this one. You're rarely going to find something from 1969 that's flawless. I think that's the date on these guys. Some of them, I'm sure they made them for years. Anyway, this is Empire. Should be Empire. My nuts, there it is. Yeah, right there. Empire. And these go for decent money, y'all. Obviously not this time of year, but I priced this one right at the market and sent a 5% off offer, and it was bought really quickly. I like to do that. I price at the market unless it's flawless. Then I price it above the market. My wife likes to price at the market or above the market on everything. And so we've kind of been adjusting a little bit. I've even sent some 10% off offers on some of those to get them sold. Now, I understand people that send, 25% offers. They're oftentimes pricing their items higher than the market. It doesn't really matter. You can do it any way you want, really. But most people aren't going to buy over the market too much. That was a nice little sale, though. $42.70 plus shipping. Speaking of being called out, I have been called out before for selling things above the market. And I think the term was Commonwealth tax. And really, if you look at my listings, they're not, because my shipping prices are really very competitive, under competitive sometimes. I lose money every once in a while on shipping. So if you factor that all in, I'm usually right at the market. I kick the dogs out. They're out here playing with each other instead, which is good. But I'm excited. I'm going to the other shed to grab something. Glass is kind of a slow sell-through rate item for me. Now that I'm out here, I can't remember what color this is. But you can see all this glass up here, and I don't come up here often. I did have somebody asking about this the other day. That one is a really high-priced one, but I think it's blue. I'm going to guess blue and not green. This is an Empoli glass, and I paid $5 for it. I paid $5 for a ton of glass that day. I was trying to get an education. My buddy Tim over the years helped me out a little bit. He wouldn't have paid $5 for that, but I wanted to learn. Sometimes you got to pay for an education. Speaking of being called out again, somebody told me to clean my door. I'm like, I cleaned the whole shed in here. I hate to clean that door because the dog can just make it dirty again. Let me make sure it is blue. I got the right one. Empoli Optic Swirl Glass Blue Goblet. If this had a lid on it, snifter, balloon vase, I don't know. There's all kinds of names. But if that had a lid, I think they all have lids on them at some point. It would have gone for much more, but it's still sold for $18, $17.95 plus shipping. At least now I know, hey, I can pick these up to sell at that price for maybe, $3. I don't know about 5 into 17, something that's breakable and has a slow sell-through rate, but I liked it. It was kind of cool, and I'm glad I picked it up. I am going to get to the topic here. Let me pick 3 more items first. This one I definitely priced under the market because it wasn't working. I should correct that. Either it wasn't working or I didn't know what the heck I was doing, which is also true. Fluke True RMS multimeter. These go for big bucks, but there's a little issue in the batteries, and it's probably fine. But I wasn't going to mess around with it, so I sold it as is, because I don't know what the heck to do to test the thing right, because I know nothing about any of this stuff. So I put it out there a little above the last sold comp for an as-is one, and certainly below the ones that weren't listed as is. Sold it for $125 plus shipping quickly. Like I said, I often get called out every day, as a matter of fact, and I never comment on it. But since this one was a friend, I am going to comment on it. But one of the things that I see all the time about me is buying stupid plush that aren't worth any money. It's a waste of time. You're not making any money. And that has some truth to it from time to time. But, you know, I pick up stuff like this all the time for $1. And when you're selling big dollar stuff and little dollar stuff, and it all adds up at the end of the day, I got $1,000 in sales, and I'm making money on this thing. Sold for $11.95, plus shipping. A Dakin Opus Penguin. Plus, I like it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. People can keep calling me out if they want. So I paid $1, sold for $12. Let's go $2 in fees on this, assuming we're making a little on shipping. It's, you know, somewhere between an $8 and a $9 profit, and more than likely towards the $9 side. And, you know, you add in 5 or 6 of those a day, and you all of a sudden made 40, 50, 60 more dollars a day. That's a lot of money, y'all. Got to go inside to get the next one, and I get called out for selling these all the time, too. They say it's the same thing as they do with the plush. Waste of time. And some people swear up and down that they can't sell them, and I'm giving bad advice to people. I think did I have a viewer sale somewhere here that I forgot to read? I know I have a couple today. This one is not to a viewer that I'm aware of. But I know that there are some viewers who do buy these. So that may be why my sell-through rate on these is good enough for me to keep doing it. What are y'all doing? This one, I usually buy them. I think the key, y'all need to behave or I'm going to kick you out. They're not going to behave. Hold on. The key for me is buying them super cheap. And a lot of times having that secondary item with it really, really helps. So $22, $21.95 plus shipping for that. And using, you know, Google Lens, eBay Lens, getting the pattern right in the title is also big. And they gotta be in good condition, y'all. So they don't go for huge bucks, but like I said, if I paid $3 for that, sold it for $22 plus shipping, I'm happy. All right, I got called out by a friend the other day. So Dave, you know, supposed to be a friend. He does a video. He had a garage sale. He was selling stuff off, and he had a pile of lawn chairs. A lot of you have been watching this channel for a long time knows that I love to sell lawn chairs. But if you've been watching it lately, you've noticed that I don't sell very many anymore. The sell-through rate on them basically collapsed. And it did a few years back when Walmart started making them, especially the tubed ones. You can still sell these, so don't get me wrong. You gotta buy them in great condition, preferably in pairs and with good colors. But I think I have one right now. I can't remember the last time I bought one. And so people watch these old videos and whatever, and, you know, whatever. I don't know what Dave bought. I don't know what he was doing. You can sell these things. You can see comps on there, good comps for good money. But one thing to keep in mind when you're watching, folks, especially when you're watching the video, a lot of my older videos get tons of playback, tons of it. And people will always criticize me, you know, this is a lie, that comp is a lie, and whatever. Things change. Comps change over time as well. And prices drop, sell-through rates drop, or they go up. And it just depends on different things. So I had to defend myself in those comments. People are like, you should make Commonwealth pick or buy all those and whatever. So I'm sorry if I lead people astray from time to time. It is usually an old video. And I will still pick those things up, but they got to be dirt cheap, excellent condition, good colors, or pairs, or all of the above before I buy them. Speaking of things changing, you know, there's my Rollo printer over there. I've used that same Rollo printer for so long, y'all. And I have a link down below, all those things. And finally, the printer head gave out on one of them. And I had an extra cord from the one that I had out in the trailer. And I decided I would sell. One of them I sold off on Dibdit because I wanted somebody who might, the printer head on it, know how to clean it better than I did, or replace it. They might get yourself a real good deal. And I know there's a lot of resellers and friends over there. So I sold it over there. It didn't sell for much, like $7 for a Rollo printer. But the cords for them sell for pretty good money. They're worth picking up. I hope that person can fix it, and that was a good price for them. I probably could sell it for more on eBay, but I wanted somebody over there to get it. Rollo printer cord right there. And I had a second one, so. But they are pricey for sure. This one right here sold for just the cord sold for, I gotta find it, $22.95 plus shipping. You know, when people say you can't beat free, sometimes free can end up, you know, clogging up your space for a long time. Here's a good example of something like that. I don't even know if it was this one, but I bought one like it one time because it had a box. for $1 or $2. I think one of them I got for free. This is Indiana glass, which is not always great. Some of it's good, but this one right here, it might even have had a couple of issues. Ruby red. It had a cool box with it. I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's just do it. Sat around for a long time. I'll let you see the top of it anyways. And that one finally sold, $14.25 plus shipping. Look at me, y'all. I put my phone outside today after a while, after I remembered. It kept buzzing. People were like, I hate that buzz all the time. And every single time somebody sells something on one of the Dibdit marketplaces, it buzzes. And at certain times of the day, that's 2-3 times a minute. So I put it outside. Here's an example. This is end of the day buy. And this minute, it's big, right? It's like, oh, you're going to ship that thing. And I still asked them how much they wanted for it. And they said $1. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it for $1. Figured I could get around 30. I listed it for $29.95, did a 5% offer, so sold for $28.45 for that one, plus shipping. And I thought, when I bought it, I thought this will be perfect. Look at this. I bet it is. The box that thing comes in, it's a little bigger than that, and it'll fit that thing perfect. So I knew I had the box that my paper roll comes in, and it'll be perfect for that. It won't be hard to ship at all. $28.45 plus shipping. Sold stuff all over the gamut today. Every different type of thing, and I sold another one. I want to say something else really quick. People send me links to stuff all the time and want me to respond. I've been accused of this or that or whatever. Listen, I try to avoid all that stuff at all costs. It's not my style. I don't like conflict. I don't like any of that drama. But occasionally, from time to time, in due time, I do respond. So if you've sent me stuff, you know, just know that I take that stuff seriously and I try to deal with it. And I try to deal with it behind the scenes instead of bringing it to the forefront. But sometimes it just is kind of necessary to defend yourself. I'm not talking about Dave here, y'all. I'm not talking about anything in particular, actually. It's just, you know, he called me out on that video and people were ripping me. So I was like, well, he's kind of right? It just, his timing was off. He probably bought that stuff for years, and as the market goes down, sometimes things don't sell. You got to reevaluate your items, what you're picking, and sometimes cut your losses, get it sold, sometimes not. Sometimes wait, you just never know. It's a rigid, I don't know why I'm showing you the filter. Rigid filter. This is a tough one, because this is only 20 bucks plus shipping, right? It's kind of a big box, but I know it's going to fit in that one style of box that I have down here. Pretty easy, just got to cut it down, and it'll be under a cubic foot barely, and it'll be worth it for me for the price that I paid, $20 plus shipping. Does anybody look at an item when they buy it and imagine what box it's going to go in before they buy it? I do it all the time. It's so sad. Everything I put, this is the third thing over here in the last few months where we put these stickers that sold. And I guess it's because I'm always filming over here. I don't know. But I saw this little marble card holder. I guess it's, I don't know what kind of stone that is. Card holder. And I'm like, that would be cool. And I thought exactly of this when we're doing it. And I'm like, whatever. I like it. Business cards in it or something. And it did sell. I only picked it up for $1. And I thought it would be worth it. If nothing else, I could sell it on a live show for $4 or $5. Something like that. Because if I think it's cool, somebody else likely does. Sold for $15.15 plus shipping. All right, I forgot to mention a viewer sale earlier, and I always try to do that. That pumpkin that I sold to Tim. And so I wanted to thank Tim. He said, thank you for your inspiring YouTube content. Tim, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy that Empire Scarecrow pumpkin blow mold. And what reminded me to look was this sale right here, which was also a viewer sale. So 2 of these in here, this one and this one, are viewer sales so far. And by the way, if you are a viewer and I don't mention it, it's because there's not a message on the purchase itself when you can leave a note to seller. Those are the ones I see. There's so many of the other ones that it's hard to see. This Care Bear right here, sold for $16.10. This one is the rainbow, I don't know what's this one's name, Cheer Bear. Man, I love Care Bears, and I just can't remember all their names all the time. At any rate, this one is a viewer sale, so let me say thank you. I keep got to duck down here. After I'm done every day, I forget that I got to fix that thing. So eventually, I'll stop doing this, and I'll start getting that screen working again. This one went to Bernice. She said, a big fan of your channel for years. I actually sent Turner a TMNT costume a couple years ago. Thank you. I do remember that. I've been watching you all morning on YouTube. I love Care Bears. Cheer Bear is my favorite, and he will keep me company in my store. Thanks for the offer. This one's got, it's in pretty good shape, but there's a little bit of dust, maybe. Maybe I need to get that off. It's been sitting up there a while. Maybe that's where the dust came from. Or maybe it's in my listing, but at any rate, we do appreciate you, Bernice. We appreciate it very much. So Turner doesn't often go to yard sales with me, but he went a couple weeks back, and these videos should be coming out soon on Picker. And he got out at a ton of sales, and it was very helpful, but never found anything that was up his alley. And the last sale we went to, he's like, I don't think I'm gonna get out here. And I find this Super Mario U Deluxe for the Switch. And it was sale was fairly, you know, well priced, meaning overpriced. They knew what they had. And I was like, how much for this? And he's like, $5. And I bought it real quick, and I brought it back to Turner and asked him if he wanted it. He said he did not want this one. And I said, good, because I can get $30 for it. $30 plus shipping. Next one, I'm going to say thank you in advance. This is a viewer sale, and this is the third. There were 4 different viewer purchases, so we do appreciate that. Like I said, 26 things I could be shipping out. Actually more, because some of them are multiple orders. I think we're going to do 22. So 4 out of the 26 were viewer sales. People, and there's another thing I get called out for. I tell everybody if it's a viewer sale. So I typically say it's around 20% of my sales. So you can guess, you know, and like this, it's 4 out of 26. So it's actually less than that. However, some of these may be viewer sales that I'm not aware of, even though I say those as well. If they are repeat buyers or if it's a name I recognize, I usually say thank you to those folks too. So let me read it. Thanks for the offer, Kevin. I guess I sent an offer out. This made me decide to pull the trigger for buying it. I say this every time I purchase from you. Love all your content, even Trash to Cash. We'll continue to purchase from you. Always have a great experience. Take care. Not a reseller, just a buyer. Sandra, we all love to hear that. We love to have buyers. So come check us out on Dibdit. Those sellers over there want buyers too. Sandra, I really do appreciate it. Let me pull this. Let me mention something real quick. We had Amy from Flippin' Fantastic Podcast on the Trash to Cash podcast. It's been over a week ago at this point, but you should go check her out. She's an awesome seller. Beach by Repeat. See, y'all, my floor is creaking, in case you're wondering what that is. Not flatulence or anything. Any rate, big shout out to her and Mo. They have, and Alicia was on that episode over there. Inked Picker. They have a good show run by women, and I think that's a good thing for the space. They do a great job. What I just said got me thinking about viewer sales and wanted to go check repeat buyers and stuff. I think there's one more, so we're going to say 5 today out of 26. Christine, I'm going to give you a thank you as well. That purchase was a Dooney & Burke crossbody. It looks to be in good shape. Oh, there's a little smooch or something needs wiped off of the bottom of it. I wonder if that's in the pictures. I'll double check, but this one is a nice one in good condition. And the leather strap's in good condition as well. This one sold for $42.70 plus shipping. I'm going to do a bunch right in a row really quick because they all have something in common. They all sold for 30% off. Those funny numbers you see on some of mine where I say, you know, 18, 45 or whatever, that usually means that it is a 5% offer, sometimes 10, or they get caught up in the sale, and all of these got caught up in the 30% off sale, which means they have been around for a very long time. There's T-Rex Rex right there with the Carry American Arbitrage arms, and this one sold for $10.49. All these are after the discounts taken off, so it's what it actually sold for, $10.49 plus shipping. Sold some Welch's jelly jars. I bought a giant lot of these at one place, paid $10 for a whole ton of them. And some of them can be good. That's why I bought them. We didn't find any huge winners in this lot. We're still making money because this lot right here basically broke us even, and there was a bunch. We've already sold some. $11.16 plus shipping. One funny thing that I have is I have some glass in here already bubble wrapped, and I have some of it out there, and I don't remember what I did with these. These are some ceramic mushrooms. I'm gonna go check the other shed. All right, I hear a tractor out there. My spring is almost here, y'all. Ah, sweet. That's where they're at. I'm looking for 3 of them, though. I only see 2 of them. That might be an issue, huh? Ceramic mushroom number 1. Ceramic mushroom number 2. I hope one of them didn't break somewhere. Anybody see any ceramic mushrooms up there? I sure don't see any. Could have swore there's 3 of them. I don't see any up there either. I know spring is springing because Blue Ridge Mama's up there making dinner on the deck. All right, I gotta double check, make sure it's 3 and not 2. And if it is, somebody's gonna get some super cheap mushrooms. So they sold for $19.50 something plus shipping. All right, it definitely is 3. One of them is small. So I don't know if I just missed it. I'm gonna have to go back out and look out there. So another Dooney and this one had a little bag with it. Oh, I see Pepper, y'all. I see Pepper under there. How you doing, Pepper? $31.47 for that Dooney plus shipping. I paid $10 for that one, and it's sold on 30% off, and we're still making a profit, so that's good. What you doing? What you doing? I already gave you treats. I had a bad experience buying tap shoes one time that had a great comp, good price, and got excited, and then there was some dry rot in them, so I double checked these. These are Leo tap, I don't know what it is, tap shoes, and they were better off, let's just say that. They sold for $33.20 plus shipping. Sold a 1969 service manual chassis, not in great shape as you can see by the cover, and it didn't sell forever. $1 purchase, sold at 30% off for $17.46 plus shipping. I hear a dog at the door. All right, we managed to keep the dogs out. Turner's in here with some Commonwealth comedy. This joke is a spring joke, but it's a little ahead of its time. What do you got?
If April showers bring May flowers, what do Mayflowers bring?
I don't know. What do Mayflowers bring?
Pilgrims.
I like that one very much.
Bye.
Here's another item I bought forever ago. It's Carhartt, and it was new, so I figured you can't go wrong. And I'm thinking maybe it's in here. It's a dog collar. Nylon, oh no, wait. Nylon duck dog collar. There you go. And I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up for a couple of bucks. But it never sold. Until now, $17.96 plus shipping. Haven't sold shoes in forever, and I'm so glad because we sold 2 pairs. We sold this one that I'm going to pick up and those tap shoes. And these Merrills right here are the last sale, viewer sale of the day. So thank you. That was the 5th. Like I said, 5th out of 26 makes, you know, just under 20%. So here are the Merrills. Good condition. Not perfect, but good condition. Plenty of life left in them. These are expensive shoes, y'all. And they sold for $34.95 plus shipping. And like I said, they went to a viewer. I'm going to thank, I think, Aaron. That's the name. Emporium Exchange on eBay. One word. My boyfriend and I love watching your videos. Thank you for the advice and the entertainment. Well, thank you. We are beginner resellers ourselves and trying to soak up as much information as we can. Looking forward to future videos. All right, that actually just triggered something in my mind that I'll say. A lot of new resellers, I know this is crazy, y'all, but I get messages all the time. How do you ship stuff so cheap? And I'm like, how much are you paying for this or whatever? And I find out that they are actually shipping it from the post office, paying retail prices. So if that's you out there, I don't think it's you guys. It's not most people, but it happens from time to time. You can ship it way cheaper on the eBay platform. So there you go. That's where you need to start. I also do flat rate shipping, and we lose a little and we make a little. We probably make a little in the end when it's all said and done, cover the cost plus the boxes and stuff, but I use flat rates. Sometimes I do eat some money if a large item's going across country. But to me, it's worth it to keep that velocity of sales up. All right, I'm hoping I can find this one because I've had it for a while. It's a Harry Potter item. It was, some of you may remember when I started Dibbed It, you know, one of the criticisms is, well, you'll be making some money off of other sellers, and that is absolutely true. Depends on the marketplace. Sometimes I make 1% of the sale, most of the marketplaces. And so I made a promise to everybody as we build this thing, until we bring an audience of people that are not just resellers but are buyers, that I would dump every dime that I made back into the sellers. And I did that for over a year. I don't do all of it now, but I do a lot of it. And I don't know why I just said all that, but defending myself, I guess. Let me see if I can. It's a Harry Potter item in a box. Here it is right here. And I bought this over there on Dibbed It in the early days when we just had those first few sellers. Hogwarts, Harry Potter, building cards. And so I resold quite a bit of that stuff. Some of it I bought if it was for my kids for gifts and stuff. I bought tons of gifts over on Dibbed It in the marketplaces this year for my kids, and I'm gonna do the same this year as well. I've still got a long way to go. This was sold on 30% off for $10.46, and I'm still making money on it. And I was able to get another reseller a sale in those early days over there. $10.46 plus shipping. Dibbed It is a great place to source, y'all. I mean that. That's an honest opinion. It definitely is. And it's a good place to sell if you're the right person. This is a Starbucks mug. I would probably not list this anymore. I list some mugs, but I don't list a ton of them. But it's sold on 30% off, so it was at $10 plus shipping, and it sold for $7 plus shipping. All right, I'm gonna give Reagan the day off again today because there's nothing sold out of CommonwealthPicker.com. So y'all go buy something from her. We do charity stuff with that over there. And speaking of charity stuff, Brian Klaus, big shout out to him. He bought a mug. One person bought this mug on Dibdit. It was one of the ones we don't sell anymore, and on CommonwealthPicker.com, and then said, hey, I'm going to redonate it. You give the profits to charity. And I was like, sweet. And so we laid out the charities. That one's going. Brian Klaus bought it and chose Ronald McDonald House of Southwest Virginia or Philly. I don't know. I gave him the choice. I don't see what he said. So I got to check that before I send it. By the time you hear this, it's already sent, Brian. And then Brian, because he's a super nice guy, said, give that to ABC Matt, who has a YouTube channel. Y'all know Matt. Some of you do. Go check him out. And so I'm sending that to Matt. So just 3 great people, 2 super generous people, as is Matt. And just wanted to be a big thank you for that. So again, Dibdit.com and all its subsidiaries. And it's not right for everybody, y'all. It's a great place to source when you can't find enough, for sure. It's a good place to sell if you're the right person. And it is a wonderful place to hang out. Come over and join us. We appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you next time.